So it's day 2 and we're gonna head on up to another lake. Barely make that turn. This lake we've got tiger trout and cutthroat. Some of the tigers are pretty big, so we're hoping to get into some of them again. They're really colorful fish. Fight pretty good too. Yesterday was tough. The wind kept blowing. It's hard when you're fly fishing.
You'll notice we don't have near as much stuff on our bikes this time. We're just going from camp to the lake, so we just got our float tubes basically and a couple emergency items.
We saw a moose this morning at the lake we were camped at. Bull. He was far to see, but you could tell it was a bull. Some of this stuff is where the side-by-sides would be tough. Just because of how tight the turns are and how close the big boulders are to the edge. So we go in low on four-wheel drive just to be safe. I think this is probably I don't know how many years we've been coming in here, quite a few. Another side-by-side grabber. Oh yeah, I see it. Nice buck.
It was a bummer. I tried to get my camera out and get a picture, but they were up in the trees before I could. These were a couple really nice bucks.
We saw them we saw a couple right here last time. They went off this way last time. It'd be crazy if that was the same two deer, but I guess it could be. Catch up to Shane, he's taking off. On some of this, low seems too low, but high's a little on the high side, so I think that Honda-matic transmission he's got on that one is kind of cool. When I was riding it, I didn't notice it. It just, you don't really feel it shifting. I know the new dual clutch transmissions, I've heard people say they do feel them shifting kind of hard, but that one right there doesn't. I mean, it shifts nice and smooth. I don't even feel it. Of course, I wasn't going real fast. Maybe it wasn't even shifting. I don't know. But I never felt like I was lugging down, or that I was in, you know, or that I needed to shift. So I can do this in high still, even though it's a great. This is a beautiful spot right here, but dang, the clouds are. Not clouds, but the smoke is making it hard to see, but that's awesome. This bridge I can see giving as we drive on it. Now this looks like it has more water than normal. I don't know what they call this, but a lot of tight turns. One of my favorite kind of riding, actually. I love technical stuff. I think my old Trackster was the reason why I was super good at this, that kind of stuff, going over rocks. It would bang on the bottom because it was too low, no suspension really to speak of, and heavy. But man, was that thing stable and that stuff, and just easy to control. It had essentially 10 different gears, high and low range, and then 5-speed in each.
I thought I'd throw in a few pictures of this old bike I'm talking about. It was my first four-wheeler. I bought it brand new, loved it. I bought it in 2002 and sold it in 2017. It had just over 5,000 miles on it and still looked good and ran really good.
I know the old Suzuki King Quads, the original ones, I think had actually, if I remember right, I think they had 3-range transmission and had 5 gears in each. That's where we usually park. Just come out in here and fish this whole thing. It's, again, float tubes are perfect for this kind of lake, not too big. I don't know he's caught.
The wind was crazy the first 2 days we were up there. Here you can see the wind blowing hard as Shane's trying to get this fish in. You can see his sleeve blowing in the wind. But it was crazy. It would blow one direction and then stop and then blow the other direction. And it was all you could do to just keep your nose into the wind. Thought this was kind of cool. You can see as this little cutty opens his mouth, you can see the little beadhead leech that I caught him on right in his mouth. This nice tiger trout came up and swiped at my hopper on the surface and ended up getting hooked in the side. You can see he's got a buddy following him around trying to see what's going on.
Nice tiger trout.
We really enjoy fishing for these tiger trout. They're gorgeous fish, brilliantly colored, and hard fighters. The flies that we use, we buy online from Big Y Fly. They have good quality, good selection, and good prices. I'll leave a link in the description below. This particular fly is the one they call the club sandwich.
Another tiger trout.
I think it's a tiger.
All right, pretty one.
Yep, it's a tiger. About a 14-inch tiger trout. Tiger trout.
The color and marking on these trout is just fantastic. Here's another one of Shane's big tiger trout that ate the fly they call the BLT.
Well, we're pretty much done with the day. We fished Big Lake today and it was crazy wind. Swirling one way, 100 miles an hour, and then 30 seconds it's calm. Then it swirls the other way. Could not get any. There was no pattern to the wind whatsoever. It blew all day with just small little breaks. Kind of a pain. So we're headed back out now, back to camp.